Alright, sanding the rims on the X22. And there's Becca. Hi. Alright. What? Please. Don't give me that. There's my dog. There's Crosby. Crosby, what are you doing? What's up? Alright, I'm almost done sanding. I'm gonna wipe it down and then put on the first coat of primer. They are already looking good enough. It zooms in. All right, I see there's a little lip I missed, but anyway, I'm gonna get in there and all the little spokes. Come on, focus. And as you can see, sanding all those little bastards with little ridges on them is a pain in the butthole. But we're getting her done. I only have one back side to do. And it only takes a few minutes per rim. And I'll be ready to prime it tonight. And we'll see that as it unfolds on the Venom X22 from Venom Power Sports Canada. Oh yeah. All right, the rear, obviously a little easier. You just spin it as you go, as you're sanding. You get a good light on it. You'll be able to see the sheen of any spots that you might have missed. For the most part, like I gotta probably redo that spoke or whatever, but pretty easy. I think this is like 60 grit. Just wear some gloves, keep folding it. That way you can get in the grooves and then just spin the tire as you go. Make sure you're getting everything. Just gritting it up, getting a surface so the shit can adhere. The primer. Keep going around, hit anything you missed. Then I'm gonna wipe her down with a rag and let it dry, get rid of this gold fleck, whatever this gold dust. I'm underneath a fan, so I'm keeping it down. I don't know, you might want to wear a mask or something, but it's not too bad. So I've just sanded everything, sanded both rims, and now I'm gonna put the primer on. Spin it as you go. Once the sandpaper starts to slide a lot, then you know you've got to refold your sandpaper, get a better grit going all the way around the rim and all the grooves, fold it so it fits. Same thing, hit your spokes so you can get the little spots like that. Do it on all of them. All right, I'm gonna wipe it down, put some primer on. Peace. All right, and for the paint on the rims for the primer, I was told oil base is going to be the best to adhere to those rims. So a couple coats of that. Probably put the black on tomorrow. Brushes, don't know which one's going to work better. We'll find out. And I've got some Crayola brushes. Aren't those fucking great? All right. Also, when you're getting ready to paint, have a wet and a dry cloth ready. Have your tape. I'm not going to tape the rims. I'm going to use my wet rag to wipe off any excess, I think. Right? Yeah. Good. Here we go. Time to paint. Bye-bye. All right. This may be the unconventional way to paint your rims, and I know a lot of people take their wheels off and paint the rims that way, but you know, for this bike, that's not what I'm doing. So I've already sanded the rims, and what I'm doing with the primer is just putting it on. Where's the focus? I'm just putting it on the spoke, and then after I put it on the spoke, this is going to take a couple coats. You're going to get it on the top and the bottom. You run your finger over the top and the bottom while it's wet, and that's it. Obviously, you got to get the inside here and do the same thing, and you just wipe it out, and it's done. So those two are already done, and like I said, it might take 2 or 3 coats, and then you're going to put the black on anyway. So just continue on. It's going to take some time. All right, and for the outer wall of the rim, where there's this little lip, if I can get my phone to focus on it, pretty much just a steady hand, and you can guide your brush right along that lip, just like that, and that's good. You're going to be painting it black anyway, unless you're going with a different color, but black is going to be the easiest cleanup, especially if you get it over on the tire. You can remove it depending on how bad it is, but just continue on with this process and it should come out pretty good. Alright, so I talked about the outer lip of the rim. Same thing for the inner lip. You can, even though you make a mistake, like I just did, you follow the curve of the rim, you go back, and you can just wipe it off. It goes right away. Boom, just like that. Keep going on. It goes fast or as slow as you like. I'm painting these gold rims, and just after the sanding and priming, from a distance, that looks pretty fucking cool, if you ask me. Yeah, I got the fairings off in a little bit because I'm working on the carburetor, but yeah, that's just the fucking primer. I haven't even painted them all black. It's much better than that, don't it? Doesn't it? It looks pretty good for just the prime. One side's done. Just gotta do the others. That one's just sanded. You can tell all the gold flake that I sanded off of there. But I don't know, man. I'm not gonna keep it like that. It's gotta be black. But it does look pretty cool. Alright, this is the morning after. I only got one rim primed last night. But you can see it's not too bad. Obviously I was doing a pretty quick job on it, but I can see spots that I missed, but that's why I'm gonna do 2 coats of primer, maybe 3. It's gonna get nicked and chipped with rocks and stuff, so put as many coats of primer on there, and then I'll put a bunch of black on there too, and we'll see how it goes. You put whatever color you want. I know there's a guy that said he was gonna do the green Ninja Graphics Kawasaki, which will look cool, and then you can customize it, throw on some new grips and stuff, customize the crap out of this bike, because when you get it, you're gonna be pissed if you don't want gold rims. These are sanded, and you can see the highlighted parts that I still need to go over, right? The parts that are obvious, that you want to go over and sand, so there's something for the primer to stick to, and then just prime it, a bunch of primer. I'm just brushing it on. I know people laugh and say pull the rims off, pull the wheels off, but ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not going to reassemble all this. Dude, this bike is a cheap bike. It's a fun bike. I'm still waiting on the carb. It comes Monday. Today's Saturday. Like I said, this is about painting the rims, and I'm going to paint them black. You can see how kind of cool it looks though right now, right? I do have the seat off if you're wondering, because I'm going to put LED lights on it. But if anybody can let me know about that muffler still, if I can add a new one like carbon fiber or something, let me know. Anyway, that's 1 coat of primer. Looks like it's white walled out. Looks good already. I'm gonna go black and then put those silver reflective tape on it. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's all painted up. Another thing to consider after you've sanded the rims and you're putting on your primer, do the spokes first. That way you can put your hand against the outer rim and tire for more accuracy when you're painting inside. This is the best brush I found. It's probably pretty close to 1 inch long bristle and maybe, I don't know, 3/4 inch wide, but it's kind of flat. So get some paint there. Yeah, it's a tedious process, but big deal. It doesn't take very long. I mean, do your first coat quick, do your second one a little more precise. Have wet rags on hand, but you know, to get into the grooves, you know, you start in the groove and then just brush along the spoke like that. But you see how you get some on top. Same thing for this groove. Come back. Make sure you have a wet finger and a wet rags. You just get your finger nice and wet and you come across that top groove and boom, it's gone. So, I mean, that's it. It's easy. Same thing with the bottom, because you know you're going to get it on the bottom too. You just wipe your finger across. That one I already did, but it's just an easier way to do it. Start with the spokes first, and then go to the outer part of the rim here. This is sanded, so I'm gonna prime that next. And another thing, yeah, Alexa, stop. Another thing, I'm not taping anything. It's gonna be black anyway. I'm not taping anything off. I'm just brushing this quickly with the primer. I'm gonna do the same thing with the black paint. I'm not taping off the rim, I'm not taping off the tire. I'm just using my finger to wipe off the excess. It's really easy. So yeah, you know, anybody who's watching this anyway, you know, don't comment and say take the wheels off, tape it, spray it, you'll be done, because this is freaking easier enough for me. Okay? All right then. All right, here's the Venom X22 with the painted black rims. I'm not gonna lie, I only primed 1 coat of primer. Right now these only have 1 coat of black flat on the rims. They look good, but I am gonna put 2 or 3 more coats of the black on there, and of course you can touch them up anytime you want. I got a cold, stayed home today, finished painting them, but anyway, like I said, 1 coat of primer and so far 1 coat of the black flat, and you can do whatever color you want to get rid of that gold that was really ugly on the 2017 Venom X22 from Venom Motorsports Canada. And I am waiting for my carb. It should come today. So I have the fairing kind of undone there to get in there, and the carb is actually just hanging. I'm waiting for the new one. You can see it's unbolted in there. So this is what it looks like. Painted black rims. It looks badass. Looks really good. A little bit of a walk around for you. I will get up close. I'm kind of nervous about getting up close for you. See how bad they look, but they look good. Painted the spokes, painted the rims. I don't know, man. They look really good. It's hard to tell. I mean, there might be some spots here and there, like the little rubber knobbies that are still on the tires that eventually come off. Might have a little white primer on them, but just pull those off. But that's it. It's the bike painted. There you go. I'll update you on the final coats and anything else I do. See ya.